After years in this crazy real estate world, I've survived more last-minute closing disasters than I care to admit. You get that glorious text. Contract is mutually executed. Your client immediately starts popping champagne, posts the under contract story, and is already mentally picking out paint colors for the new house. They think it's basically smooth sailing from here. Effortless 30 days and keys in hand while they sip lattes on their future balcony. Reality hits like a ton of bricks. You are now the proud owner of a massive 400-point checklist, 17 overlapping deadlines, and a growing dread that one missed email could blow up a 7-figure deal. Welcome to the real game. Today I'm walking you through the entire contract to close process step by step, Colorado style, so your next closing feels calm and in control instead of total chaos. So quick disclaimer up front, this breakdown is based on the standard Colorado Real Estate Commission contract to buy and sell. So the terms and deadlines can and often do change based on which state you're in, as well as negotiations. So always double check your specific contract dates. What I'm sharing today are the most common timelines we see in the Denver Metro and Front Range markets. We're going to break this into clear phases so you can follow along, pause, and even take screenshots of the timelines. And yes, I'll throw in some pro tips for staying organized without losing your mind, because we've all had that moment where the deal feels like it's running you instead of the other way around. So let's start with day 0, which is the mutual execution. This is where the clock starts. We also call it MEC for mutually executed contract. Both parties have signed, all counters are accepted, your client is thinking, we're done. Cue the victory dance. But trust me, I've been there. You're just getting started. Immediate to-dos, usually within 3 business days. Deliver the earnest money to the title company, have the buyer submit their full loan application, and make sure the title company opens the file and orders the preliminary title commitment. It's basically the real estate version of I do, except the honeymoon phase lasts about 3 business days before the paperwork avalanche hits. Miss the earnest money deadline and the whole deal can vanish faster than your listing photos on a slow Wi-Fi day. Next up, the inspection objection deadline. Most Colorado contracts sets this at about 7 to 10 days from MEC. Your client thinks the inspector is just going to stroll through, not approvingly, and call it a day. In reality, the inspector is basically a professional fault finder with a flashlight and a very expensive camera, turning your dream home into a laundry list of, did you know about this? What actually happens is the buyer schedules and attends the inspection, the seller may attend or provide access, and the buyer has until the objection deadline to deliver a list of requested repairs or credits or simply walk away. Pro tip: use a shared digital checklist in your transaction management system right here. Color code inspection items so nothing falls through the cracks when the negotiations start. Because nothing kills momentum faster than playing email tag with a 47-page repair report. While inspections are happening, 2 other clocks are ticking. The record title objection deadline, usually 10 to 14 days, and the appraisal, ordered by the lender, is typically around day 21 to 28. Your client is over there thinking, appraisal, it will come in at list price, right? No. In reality, appraisals are where dreams go to get adjusted by 3 to 5%, and suddenly everyone's doing math on napkins. Title review. The buyer reviews the preliminary title commitment for liens, easements, or any other surprises. In Colorado, off-record title items also have their own objection window. Title issues are like that one relative who shows up unannounced with receipts from 2008. Better to know about them early. If this is your listing, try to get your preliminary title commitment as soon as possible after receiving a signed listing agreement. It will give you and the seller more time to go over all the details and obtain any required documents before even going under contract. Once inspections, appraisal, and title are in, buyers remove contingencies or negotiate resolutions. This is where the inspection resolution deadline, usually a few days after the objection, becomes make or break. Common Colorado flow is the buyer delivers the inspection objection, the parties negotiate repairs or credits, and the buyer either accepts the property as is or walks. Try to keep a running comparison chart of repair requests versus seller concessions. It makes the back and forth way less emotional and stop you from feeling like you're herding cats who all have lawyers. So loan commitments usually lands around day 21 to 30. Once contingencies are removed, we're in the home stretch. Final walkthrough is usually 24 to 48 hours before closing. The lender sends the closing disclosures 3 days before closing. That's the federal trade rule. And you confirm wire instructions, never accepting last-minute changes because that's exactly how wire fraud happens. Your client thinks closing week is just signing a few papers and calling it a day. In reality, it's the final exam after a month of group project drama, complete with surprise pop quizzes from the lender. We've all had that sinking feeling when the underwriting email hits at 6 p.m. on a Friday. We finally got to closing day. Closing day in Colorado is usually somewhere between 30 and 45 days from MEC. The buyer and seller or their agents sign at the title company or remotely. Funds are wired and dispersed, the deed is recorded, and the keys are handed over. The moment the wire hits is the only time you'll ever hear an agent say, "I love paperwork," right before you exhale for the first time in a month. Let's talk about the landmines that still catch even seasoned agents off guard. Missing a single deadline because time is of the essence in Colorado contracts, last-minute repair negotiations that blow past resolution deadlines, appraisal gaps or finance hiccups in the final week, or forgetting to confirm wiring instructions. Your client thinks one tiny oversight won't matter. But in reality, that one tiny oversight can cost everyone thousands and a whole lot of trust. The phrase, "it's just a small delay," has ended more real estate careers than bad market timing ever has. We've all been there, staring at the clock, wondering how something so small snowballed into a full-blown crisis. The best way to look like a pro is run a weekly transaction review every Monday. Use automated deadline alerts in your transaction platform. Maintain one master digital folder structure that everyone in the team can access, and have a closing week checklist that you actually follow. These simple systems turn chaos into calm and let you focus on what you actually love: finding your clients their next dream home, instead of playing detective with missing documents at midnight. There you have it, the complete contract to close journey in Colorado. Save this video, share it with your team, and bookmark the timelines. Drop the biggest closing horror story or victory in comments. I read every single one. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more no-fluff, practical real estate systems that actually save deals. I'll see you in the next one. Now go crush that next closing.